face right again. Okay, it's about 10 days since I've had surgery. Since the last video I made, which was Saturday the 29th, had surgery the 28th, minimally invasive tlif fusion. Wanted to give everybody an update, got some emails, people asking how the rest of the hospital stay went and how I'm doing, so I will quickly go over all this and try to fill everyone in as best I can to what's happened. So the last video I made, still in the hospital that Saturday. I was still kind of on that Dilaudid stuff, that medication, feeling pretty good when I made that video. They'd taken me off of it, but it was still in my system. So once it finally kind of got out of my system and I was just on the pain meds, pain kind of got worse. Wasn't extremely bad, but it did get a little worse. Just my overall didn't feel great. They told me I could leave Saturday if I wanted to, which was surprising to me after having major back surgery, but I had a 3.5 hour drive, so the PA suggested that, he left it up to me, but he suggested that I stay. So I did, because I didn't want to drive 3.5 hours and set myself back tremendously. So the rest of Saturday was nothing crazy eventful happened. Saturday night was difficult with just being on the oral pain meds. I couldn't sleep very well, so I asked the nurse if she could give me something. She ended up giving me morphine, which I didn't really mean morphine, but because I told her I was in a little bit more pain and I just needed something to sleep, but whatever, it helped. I went to bed kind of on and off for the rest of that night, and just I could never really get comfortable in the hospital. That was the main thing I'll say, is that those hospital beds, nowhere I could go would really make me comfortable. Up, down, just making myself sick going up and down so many times trying to get comfortable. But anyway, so Sunday came. I met with some other guy that checked me out. I walked around the racetrack in there for a while. Everything was good. They gave me a TENS unit, came in, fitted me with this thing. The brace guy came on Saturday, I forgot to say that, and fitted me with this brace. Brace has been helpful in the ride home, helpful for keeping your posture, not doing anything crazy. But it aggravates the incision site, something awful. So I try not to. It's good and it's bad, but it's my incision on one side. It's a little bit more swollen, so I have to loosen it up a little bit. And no big deal. I think it helps more than anything with just making sure you don't do anything crazy. Just keeping your posture about yourself. So I don't wear it all the time. I don't sleep with it. I don't know if other people do. I don't really know if I'm supposed to, but I don't think so. Anyway, so Sunday we left and they gave me a bunch of medication and knocked me out for the ride home. Well, whatever it was, it worked. I think it was Valium. I was out. I think I slept pretty much the whole entire way. And that was, it was good, but it also made me, I wasn't aware of my position for 3 hours. So I was, half the ride I laid down and then half the ride I stood up, but I was asleep during both of those. So I wasn't conscious of if I'm hurting or what's going on. So it did set me back. When I got home after that long drive, I was out of it. I was out of it. Slept the whole entire night. Just real on and off kind of sleep, and then the next day it was pretty bad, but nothing. I'd still do it over if I had to go to that specific surgeon. But so the next day, the next like 3 or 4 days was really the hardest, and that's why I haven't posted anything. I was going through. I got sick, and I don't know if it was from the medication, from just going through surgery and my body reacting to it, whatever the case was. I had real bad diarrhea, had real bad nausea. I didn't eat anything for a while. I just felt like completely just out of it. Mentally, physically, I just felt really rough. My whole body kind of ached, felt like I had the flu. It was pretty bad for those couple of days. So I called PA and thought it was the medication I was on. They finally left me a voicemail. Nothing really too definitive, but so we're not really sure what it was. Could have been, I could have got a bug, I don't know. But I kept drinking fluids, and eventually it got better, and then I had my appetite back, and after that, it's not been bad at all, really. Um, the pain's worst at night. I go through the whole day and I don't take any pain meds. So I only take them to go to sleep, to help me with going to sleep, because by the end of the day, it's built up and there's a little bit more swelling back there, and it hurts a little bit more. So then I'll take a pain pill to go to sleep. For the first couple of days, I'd wake up and have to take another one in the middle of the night, but now I basically just take one and that's it at nighttime. So that's good. But getting comfortable is the hardest part. I don't sleep in this thing, but if I sleep on my back, then I gotta worry about the incision site hurts. Then I turn over on my side, I can't get comfortable there. You gotta be real careful about turning, you can't twist, I gotta turn my whole body. Everything's gotta be done like a zombie. I gotta walk straight, you can't bend or twist or lift, so you're zombieing around I'll be zombieing around for the next 3 months, I guess, but that's fine. So yeah, just nighttime. Nighttime's the hardest. What else? As far as my symptoms, before surgery, the pain was like suicidal pain, like constant all day long, never relieving itself. Nerve pain, where it was so excruciating, I'd collapse and basically be in tears from the pain. That's what I was dealing with as far as pain. And I'm not joking when I say it was that bad. Immediately after surgery, that nerve pain was gone. I could stand straight up, whereas for 3 months before this, I could not stand straight. The nerve was so compressed that I was hunched over. I could not walk. Couldn't walk for more than a couple minutes for the past couple months. After I woke up, I stood up that night, and I was like, oh, this is great to stand up straight. Walked without nerve pain. It's fantastic. I have like a deep aching pain, obviously, from having bones chiseled and all kinds of whatever they did. So I have like a deep aching pain. I will get nerve pain occasionally, like a really intense, short-lived nerve pain right in my foot. Only in my foot, nowhere else. It only comes in waves, about 5-second waves for maybe a minute or two, then it goes away. So I'm sure that's just from camera shaking there. I had to rig this up here. Sorry, anyway, so I'm sure that's just from surgical, from them decompressing the nerve, touching the nerve, whatever he did. So it'll probably go away. I'm hoping it'll go away. Not really that big of a deal. Other than that, the hip, from where they took the bone, it does hurt. My surgeon prides himself on having some special technique to get that bone from your hip where it doesn't hurt too bad. He actually doesn't tell his patients where he took it. He wants you to tell him. I definitely know. I'm 99.9% sure I know where he took it from. For one, I had pain on my left side before surgery. That was where most of the pain was. It wasn't really any right-sided pain. Now I have right-sided pain, so it doesn't take a genius. And it also hurts different. It's a different kind of pain. If I could best describe it, it would feel like somebody hit me in the hip with a bat or something. But it's not. It's more of an annoyance kind of pain. When I stand up, I'll feel it when I try to get in position in bed or turn. Then I'll feel it in that right side, deep in that hip. So that's obviously where he took it from. But still, it's not that bad. From everyone I've talked to that have had hip bone taken for the fusion, they are just in excruciating pain, and that area hurts them for months and months and months. So, being that my surgeon did it in a special way, I can only imagine what those people go through. This is relatively nothing. So I feel for everyone else that's had to do it the other way, and I'm still pretty grateful that I found the surgeon I did. So that's pretty much it. I will keep making these videos. I've got a lot of email from people. Feel free to send me a message, contact me if you want to, and I'll talk to you about it if you're having to have this procedure, thinking about it, or anything. So just that's how I found out about it, was somebody from YouTube. So feel free to send me a message. I'd love to talk to you. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to you later.